the Tennessee Titans, let's just say, wave a wand and say there is still a discussion in that building about the first overall pick. Somebody calls you up, Todd McShay, and says, listen, we studied the crap out of Cam Ward. You know, we like everything about him, including the way he plays Twitch and on Twitch, you know, plays Fortnite, okay? And they've studied it all. But there's somebody in the room there pounding the table for Travis Hunter, and they ask you, Todd McShay, advice. What should we do with the number 1 overall pick? Your answer would be what?
What should we do?
Yeah,
I think you take Cam Ward. You have an opportunity. I think the traits are there. You have a head coach in Callahan who's been around. I mean, he's been around Peyton Manning and Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow. Like he's been around guys and knows how to develop them. And now you've got this clay, if you will, a quarterback who's got great instincts in the pocket, even though he's relaxed and he's kind of just hanging out there sometimes. If you can channel his instincts, channel his ability, if you just go and look at the clip reel of him when he's on time, in rhythm, receiver making his breaks, back foot drop, he's an absolute assassin in the pocket in those moments. But they're kind of, it's mixed in with a lot of the hanging around in the pocket, waiting for rushers to come, last second, making a move, extending plays, arm angles, all those things are great. And you can't suppress them, but you need to channel all the things he does, in the confines of the constructs of the offense. So I would take Cam Ward at 1 at this point. I truly would. You've got to have the quarterback, or else nothing else matters. And so this would be my swing at it. And I think Cam Ward has the right tools, and you have a coach that can help develop them.
But Travis Hunter is number 1 on your draft board, is he not?
He is, but he's not a quarterback.
Yet.
You're always trying to stir things up, Rich. I mean, here we are, 72 up. There's only one certainty in this entire draft, and that's Cam Ward's going 1. And we're gonna sit here and chip away at this.
Or the number 1 certainty in this draft is Travis Hunter. He's certain, don't you think? I mean, tell me what's uncertain about him. What, that he's going to try to bite off too much, and thus he's good at none because he's trying to be great at 2? Really? I don't know about that one, man. I
love him. I feel like you're trying to wedge me in a corner that I don't love.
I'm not wedging you anything. I'm talking about the way I feel. That's a YP, not an MP,
What
Todd.
Would you do?
What would I do? I would.
Yes.
I don't know. Listen, because I'm not a tape head. Okay, I'm not an all 22. I'm not grinding tape. I'm just not. So
here's the problem with Travis. Here's the problem. I can't love him any more than I do. Right. I mean, he's absolutely special. I think the thing that goes kind of overlooked because he's so great with the ball in his hands and the athleticism, and the foot quickness, and what he can do on both sides. He might have the best ball skills in the last decade of wide receivers coming out. Like everything in his zip code, he's catching. So I love everything about it. But let me ask you this question:
Sure,
who's getting him the football?
No, I totally understand that. I get it. So who's getting him the football? I don't know. I mean, Cousins is sitting out there. You could flip draft capital for him. I understand he's late in his career, but there's that option. I guess they're done with Will Levis. You know what I mean? Like plus you can team him up with L'Jarius Sneed when he's not teamed up with Calvin Ridley. You know what I mean? Like what are we thinking? To me, it's.
I'm much more fascinated. Like you're telling me if Genty goes 10, now Tyler Warren and Loveland could still be on the board.
Sure. I mean, like these things are out there, but I'm just talking about the Tennessee Titans. You want to be relevant. You want to win. Obviously wins before relevance. I understand that. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm glued to Tennessee Titans games either way, but I'm just wondering if the casual fan is just curious to see what Travis Hunter looks like and just what does a two-way player in the 21st century look like, and how's that going to be? And, you want to shut down Nico Collins and outscore C.J. Stroud. That's one way to do it. I understand who's getting him the football. That could be a question for another day. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here.
A question for another day?
Yeah. another day. That could be a question for another day. It could be a question for Friday. Could be a question for Saturday. It could be a question for 2026 if you believe in the coaching staff and you want to build. It could be a question for later in the summer if Kirk Cousins is like screaming, "Get me out of here." You know, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm throwing that in all directions, Todd. You know,
you're just trying to make that first pick fascinating. You have 10 minutes on the clock.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.